When I think of the cross, I think of the insults and the mockery that came from the crowd. I think of a painful 39 lashes and the excruciating pain from a thorn-filled crown. When I think of the cross, I think of brutal suffering and the ultimate sacrifice that Jesus willingly stepped into. You see, the greatest act of love is for the innocent to stand in place for the guilty. And that's exactly what Jesus did when he stood in place for you and me. It's what we call grace. And in a moment of grace, far beyond anything that we could ever comprehend, Jesus took on all our anger, all our anxiety, all our brokenness, all our pain, all our past, every single mistake, all our shame. He took on all the things that we try to carry, but they're just so heavy. But Jesus didn't come just to simply take those things. He came to give us freedom. Because of him, you're no longer lost to your past. Because of him, you're no longer a slave to your shame. Because of him, you're no longer a prisoner to your pain. Because of him, you're no longer bound to your sin. Because of Jesus, we can actually take these things and lay them down at the foot of the cross. See, God's love has liberated us, you and me, free to forever walk in the light of his amazing grace.
I'm Ron.
And I'm Reggie. And we are Givelify.
And you are watching For the Bach.
Before the dawn of creation, there was the Word. Before the beginning had begun, before the planet spun and the sun hung in the sky, there was the Word. He was the light, and the light was alive, giving life to all things, everything. No thing was created except through him. And in his image, he created them, us, in his likeness, to reflect the light and be just like him. But sin came on the scene, and everything went dark. Not even a spark left. We were hard pressed for a savior. He had offered us his love in exchange for our trust, but we could not live up to his standard of perfection. We were dejected, broken, hostile, hopeless. But this is the gospel we put our hope in, that God, in his endless wisdom, fashioned the word into flesh, and he pitched his tent in the midst of our mess, and the rest is history. The mystery of the cross, the incalculable cost of his life in exchange for our imperfection, the beauty of his resurrection, giving us life in exchange for his death when we call upon his name. Jesus, giver of grace, purveyor of peace, master of mercy, the Word, the one who bore the scars that we deserved. Have you heard the gospel? The good news, not what you can do for God, but what he has done for you. It is finished. God's plan since before the beginning, the greatest story ever written, broken by sin but restored when we surrender to the Word. This is the gospel. Have you heard?
The Son of Man must endure many terrible things. He will be rejected, tortured, and killed. But on the third day, he will rise. Father, I asked if this cup could be taken from me, but only if it was your will. Today, your will is done. The ones who mock me, the ones who strike me, the ones who drove these nails through my hands. Father, please forgive them. They don't know what they're doing. They don't see what even the criminal beside me has seen. Now, it is finished. Welcome your children. May they now come boldly to the throne of grace. Into your hands, I commit my spirit. Why do you seek the living among the dead? Don't you remember? The Son of Man was crucified and buried, but it's the third day. He is not here. He has risen. He's alive.
I'm Ron,
And I'm Reggie. And we are Givelify.
and you are watching For the Bach.
My name is William Gossett, and I'm here with Our Family Wishes Bequest, and you're watching For the Bach TV.